So this is actually my roommate's, but it's really good. This this Ninja blender thing I found for pureeing chili peppers and stuff. It was my #1 choice this past year. Okay, so into this blender here, which is a little hard to see, I'm sorry. I'm gonna add the onions that we cooked. Phil, what are you drinking? What do you got? What do you have over there? All right, so I'm gonna add these in here. And then we're gonna add all of this chili and liquid right into this blender as well. You can see that like the liquid, it's like it's a little hard to see from here, but it's just like almost black from all the peppers. So let me move some stuff over here. I'm gonna blend this on this side because it's gonna be very loud over here, and I don't want it to give you guys a headache. So this thing is very, very loud. And then to this, we are going to add some of this chopped garlic, maybe about like half of this amount. So we want some of the fresh stuff in there too. This will save this for the mac and cheese. That should be good. We don't need a ton for the mac and cheese. A handful of beers, huh? All right. Hold your ears, folks. This might get loud. Oh my God, it's so loud. We want this as blended as possible, so that way we don't have to strain as much. Sorry, I know I have to talk very loud right now. Alright. So for this, I got a really nice metal sieve / colander. And what we're gonna do here, oh yeah. Woo, that smells so good. Look at that chili sauce. Oh yeah. So we're gonna pour this through here. Where did I put that spatula? There we go. Try and spatula this, as much of this into this colander as we can. And what we're gonna do for this, we're just gonna I'll do it higher on this camera, so we're just gonna be like pushing this through and just trying to scrape out any little firm bits or pieces of stem or seed that might have got stuck in here, because you don't want that in your chili beans. It's not a pleasant texture. It won't really change the flavor that much, but it will change the texture, and it makes a huge difference. Brad MKE, thank you so much for the follow. Doing some pantry survival guide stuff. So I'm doing a chili beans right now. This is the chili sauce for the beans. Just kind of pushing all this through, getting out all the hard bits. Like I said, you don't want any of that. I mean, if I had like the blender that I have at work, then yeah, I wouldn't care, because that thing turns everything into liquid. It's almost an outboard motor, to be honest. It's a like, you know those hand blenders that's like this? It's like a two-handed one. It's like 5 horsepower. It's super industrial. First time I saw it, I was like, Jesus, what is this? All right, so this stuff, we're almost there. Like, I haven't found anything worth saving this little bit of skin and seeds and stem. If you know something that maybe it's good for, and I don't know, please let me know, because I'm not 100% sure, to be perfectly honest. Oh yeah, nice. Almost looks like an enchilada sauce. Alright, I'm gonna dump this right into the garbage because I don't need it. Even though I just asked for suggestions. Throw this right in the dishwasher, fuck it. Cool, so let's move this on the side. We're gonna move the beans back here and then get them ready to go into the oven. And then when they go into the oven, we'll be able to, ooh, that's hot. Be able to finish the mac and cheese, finish the pot pie. All right, oh yeah, back to the Spam here. So let's do this at 350. What are you doing? Start. There we go. I'm gonna add these beans. Yeah, Eric, like, cooking temperatures literally all depends on, like, what you're making, really. Like, where do you have the biggest problems with your cooking temperatures? Is it, like, meats? Is it baking? Is it, broiling? Alright. I know this looks just like a weird mix of dog food, but I promise you, it's going to be delicious. We're gonna add this chili sauce right in there. Getting there. I know you're thinking, that looks pretty thin. That doesn't look like baked beans. Beer. I'm gonna use about half a can of this coffee break stout that I have here. Oh yeah, it smells great. Actually, use a little more. Yo, what's up, Rogue? Thanks for swinging by. Nope, no barbecue sauce at all, Eric. So I got the beer in here. But what I'm making is almost like a barbecue sauce. So I have some, it's steak sauce, Worcestershire, Worcester sauce. We're gonna use about a tablespoon of Worcester sauce. I'm calling it Worcester sauce because I had friends from Massachusetts and I know how to say Worcester, but I can't say Worcester sauce. I hate it. Worcestershire. There it is. There's the lid. Mix this all throughout. Oh yeah, it smells really good. Now, they're baked beans to Worcestershire. Do I have to say that? Worcestershire. Yeah, it looks a little bit like cola. It's about to look a little bit more like cola. You'll see why. Where is those scissors? Oh, there they are. Into this, we are going to add brown sugar because we are making baked beans. So we're going to put it in a cup, or not a cup and a half, about a little under a half a cup. So we want it to be sweet, but not too sweet. I know that looks like a lot, but once it's mixed in here and it cooks down, this is dark brown sugar. Once it cooks down with all the chili and the beer, like, it's gonna be nice. It's not gonna be something where you're like, oh, it's really sweet. It's gonna taste like normal baked beans. Now let's do, where'd I put that black pepper? A little bit more black pepper. Big fan, probably one of my favorite spices. Simple. adds. I'm a big fan of spices and flavorings that add flavor that doesn't overpower the thing that you're actually eating. So like black pepper is really nice because it adds a nice little zip. It complements your food. I like things like 5 spice too. The problem with that is that like you use too much of it and now you're just fucked. It's so strong. Like Szechuan peppercorns, another great thing. Very hard to come back from if you've used too much. Cool, so I'm gonna get this up to a boil and then I'm gonna transfer this into the oven. And I'm gonna cover it and it's gonna sit in there. Well, I'm like an amateur professional chef. I don't know what you, I don't have any official training. I've won 1 million cook-offs and I work at an ice cream shop making ice cream and I'm a baker. So I guess I'm a chef. All I do is cook, so I guess technically yes. I don't have like a degree that says I'm a chef. Move this over. Oh man, it smells so good. You know what I'm actually going to? Make sure it's good. Woo! Perfect amount of heat and sweet. Oh yeah. So good. Actually, I had a tiny bit more Worcestershire sauce. That added a nice little zip. Oh, this tastes so good. Yeah, international chef at mystery. Yeah, I don't know. I just figured it out. Yep, throwing that one right into the dishwasher also. Oh man, this is gonna be so nice. It's gonna bake down. A lot of this liquid is going to evaporate out of here, and it's just gonna be like a nice, thick, like gravy. Well, not gravy, but whatever you call barbecue baked bean sauce. Don Pedro. Oh, you're guessing the tequila. Yeah, it's gonna reduce in here. Like the benefit of using a Dutch oven is it's almost like a pressure cooker. So throwing it in the oven while it's hot in here, it's gonna create like this almost convection and just keep heating and cooking and breaking down. And then when I take the lid off for the last like half hour, like all that extra steam is going to evaporate out, and it's gonna be like this nice reduction when it's done. It's actually pretty good. Senor Don Pedro to you. I can't wait to cook with tequila and mezcal. I have last time my dad was down in I think it was Mexico, he brought me back some interesting tequilas and mezcals, and I'm very excited. That's going to be for the whole Cooking with Booze episode, which I haven't done yet. All right, cool. So this is just about up to a boil. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to throw this right into the oven like this. And I'm pissed. I set up another tripod over here, and I put my phone on it, and everything was working as a third camera. And then, like, right before I was about to shoot, it just bugged out, and it stopped working. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to do that. I'm still figuring out which apps I have to have connected to which things. But I will do that. Thank you, Rogue. Also, Rogue, thank you last night. We all played a very late night game of Jackbox around 12:30 America time, which for Rogue in the UK was probably like, what, 6 in the morning? And it got really, let's say, intense. Answers that would make Cards Against Humanity blush. That's the nicest way to put it. But it was a super fun time, and I had a great time. Dude, I will take any gear people want to send me, I will gladly take. Alright, so I'm just gonna rinse out this pan. We're gonna make the pan sauce for the pot pie now. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do maybe on Friday. If I don't do a cooking stream, I'll try and do another Jackbox stream. For anyone who hasn't played Jackbox, you can totally just join in. It's a game that I'll play on the Twitch channel. You get room codes, and we can all play trivia, Pictionary, lots of different things. It's super fun, especially during these trying times of not being able to like really interact with human beings. It's the closest you can get to being with all your friends. Yeah, it was like, it was like super late night. Like I was gonna go to sleep last night, and then Taco sent me a message. He's like, "Hurry up and get in the chat. We need one more person, and everyone's here." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm not that tired yet." And then just had a crazy old night of Jackbox. Super fun. So let's do this. Let's start making our sauce for our pot pies. So now the best way to do pot pies, at least what I like to do, actually, you know what, let me shut this off for a second because I gotta juice some lemons. I just make a basic broth. I get some, I got some butter. I'm gonna make a roux. I got some gravy. Hey, Tommy Shelby CR, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat room. Got about, actually, let me use all this. This is exactly what I need. 3 tablespoons of butter. I do all my food shopping by myself. Like I go to the stores. I go to various stores. Like I will go all over the place for certain ingredients. I don't really order too much online. Yo, man, I get a lot of good shit at Dollar Tree. No, not only Dollar Tree. I go to Food Bazaar. I go to Key Food. I go to Western Beef. I go to all the stores, man. But I get my staples at the Dollar Tree because it's cheap. Food Bazaar is it's a food chain that we have here in like Brooklyn and Queens, and it's just this really great store. It's Bazaar, like Bazar, but they have like a crazy international section. Their vegetable section, their meat section is fantastic. It's one of those places you can go into, and like the fish section is it's like a produce section at a normal store where like they give you like trays and you can just go through and just like pick your fish, put it on the tray, they'll wrap it for you. It's crazy. All right, that's melting. Let me juice these juice this one lemon here quick. Where to put the juicer? Oh my god, there's too many different appliances and shit in this place. And I put things somewhere. If I was a juicer, where would it be? Sorry, everybody. My roommates had moved stuff on me before they all left town, and now I can't find half my shit. Oh, maybe it's up here? Is it in here? Who moved my juicer? Well, if I can't find it, I'll just use a fork. I don't need that much juice. All right. Doing this the old-fashioned way. I'm just going to squeeze this into a bowl like an idiot, because that's what you do. Yeah, Food Bazaar is literally one of my favorite stores. Like, the prices on everything are crazy good. I go there all the time. They'll have like name brand bacon, like 3 packs for $10. I get my Cafe Bustelo coffee there. It's usually like 3 or 4 cans for $10, super cheap. The problem is that like because everything is such a good deal and they have so much really good fresh stuff, is that sometimes you go there and you'll be waiting online for a good hour to check out. It sucks. but it's worth it. And the people are super friendly. They have everything. Like, every aisle is dedicated to a country. So it's like, oh, here's the Japan, China, and like Asia, or like I shouldn't say country. I should say like region. They have like a whole like Jamaican, like West Indian aisles, like section. Like, it's nuts. Strain this. But yeah, if you're ever in New York and you get a chance to go, I would highly recommend it. It's like I said, there's nothing super fancy about it. It's just a really solid, good store. You get tomahawk steaks there. Dude, Bustela is my favorite. Okay, so we got about juice of a lemon. So this is going to be a vegetarian pot pie, but not like a 100% vegan pot pie, because I have some chicken broth which I'm going to use. So the chicken broth, I'm going to use about a cup. Oh, there's still some chicken in there. Get that chicken out of there. Sometimes when you make stock, there's a little left. Right? And then what we're also... H Mart is fantastic. H Mart is probably my other favorite store, and I've only been there one time. I loved everything at H Mart. If you guys have never been to an H Mart and you have one near you, go. Just go. It's like all like Korean food. Oh my god, it's my favorite. All right, so we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour to this. We're gonna make a roux. And I don't mean a baby kangaroo. R-O-U-X. This is gonna be one of many roux we're gonna be making. Center here. So we're gonna try and get like a medium darkness to this roux. We don't want it like super dark, but we don't want it super light. The longer you cook your roux, the more flavor it's gonna have, the nuttier the flavor will get. But you don't want it to like burn. You'll rue the day you cross me. Nice pun, Matt. Nice. Thank you, thank you. Anyone here live from... No, I am not. I am not in D.C. Okay, so we're getting to a nice color now. And what we're going to do... We're going to mix... Start making this stock for this. As you see, the roux is just going to start thickening up almost right away. So you just got to constantly stir. You don't want it to burn. It's probably like too small a pot for this. Whatever. No. You want to add it like all in at once, because sometimes it'll like thin it out, and then you'll have to like really wait for it to thicken up. Oh man, it smells so good with the lemon juice in there. Oh yeah. Add the rest of that stock. Man, I love the smell of lemon. And then, because we're going to be a little fancy today, I have some cooking wine we're going to use. I mean, like, actual cooking wine. Birmingham? Is that a place in D.C., or you're talking about, like, Birmingham, like, Alabama? we're gonna stir this. We don't want this to burn. We're gonna add about half a cup of white wine. And honestly, if you wanted to make something really good, if you want to make like chicken francaise, you can almost use this same exact recipe. Just some like chicken stock, white wine, lemon juice, like fry some chicken cutlets up. Use like an egg wash batter if you ever made like an egg wash batter, so it's like super fluffy, and then just throw it right in this. It smells great. It smells so good. Just add a little bit of salt. That black pepper again. That black pepper. Okay, so we're gonna turn the heat off on this. We're gonna get our pot pie dough, which we made before. Boom. Just gonna move this over slightly, hopefully not burn myself. We got this. So let's do this first. We're gonna add this gravy right over this. And we're just going to add a little bit at a time because we don't want it to be too thin, so that's like a runny pot pie. Nobody wants a runny pot pie, you know? Oh, yeah. Little trick we're gonna do here, since we're doing pantry cooking. Obviously, like the only thing that I haven't had that was in the pantry was the butter so far, which hopefully you'll have some butter if you're cooking during the apocalypse here. But to thicken this up a little bit, since we're using closet foods, I have these instant mashed potatoes. And we're gonna add this to it. And when this cooks, this little bit of dry potato is going to rehydrate, and it's going to thicken up really nice. You don't want to use a ton of it, because it can get very thick. Let's add some more of these potatoes. So this is I used about half of this pouch. That seems about right. Cool. Now we're going to take this. We are going to fill our pot pie tin. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect amount of filling. Couldn't have asked for a better filling. I know I just kind of drooled on myself there because I don't talk good. Yo, what's up, L1 Chop? I don't speak Spanish very well, so I'm sorry I can't answer you. If anyone could answer L1 Chop, I do not know. I'm very sorry. Alright, let me just move a couple of these dishes out of the way here. And I'll roll out that dough again, and we'll cover this up. Sorry, everybody. It's the midstream couple of dishes I gotta do here like I do every week. I'll be right back. Oh no! Oh well. They'll be clean at some point. Alright, I'm gonna move this pot pie on the side here, so that way we can roll out the rest of this dough and cover this shit up. Oh my god, the beans, they smell so good. I just like going over near the oven over there where the pot pie was, I could smell the beans as I was closer. Gotta say, these are gonna be some good ass beans. I feel like I'm making like a Texas barbecue thing in a Brooklyn apartment. So I got gonna have mac and cheese, chili beans. I got cornbread. Oh, he's asking what I was cooking. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out tonight. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Sorry I didn't do this on Sunday like I had originally planned, but as you can tell by how much food I'm making right now, I did it because I didn't want to have a surplus of extra food in my house. Because these are like kind of big meals, even making them smaller. What I am going to do with a lot of this stuff, though, is like meal prep, freeze it. If anybody wants any, you want to come by and grab a plate. I could leave it on the porch. I have to-go containers if you're in the North Brooklyn area. Get that out of the dough. So this is all from the one thing of dough that we made the other day. The one thing of dough makes enough for 2 pies. Like, actually, we could have got like 3 actual pies out of this. Yeah, man, I threw on just all instrumental playlists this week because, like last week, some things got censored, and I realized all the stuff that got censored was stuff that had vocals in it, so I'm trying a test to see if I just play some instrumentally type stuff. I say that as the one song actually speaks. But I think it's just the sample, so it's okay. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing we did before, so roll this out. It doesn't need to be, hey, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follow, Elwan. This is just going to go on top, so we're not going to have to use all of this. We're going to probably have a little bit of extra, and then we'll figure out what to do with that extra dough. I could save it, put it in the freezer, and then like maybe we could make, what's it called, like zeppelis or something with it. Make some sort of like fried pie dough. I had an idea to make pie dough and then like fry it so it gets really crispy, and then use it, make some like apple pie filling or like cherry pie filling, then use it like crust as chips and make like a pie dessert dip. One of the things I'm working on. I feel like it's better for the holidays. I don't think anyone should be eating that to themselves right now. Perfect. All right, so let's do this. we're gonna take that same, we're gonna use a different butter knife. And just gonna cut this dough around the edge like we did before. You don't want too much excess dough on this pie. And then I'll pick up this tray to show you what it looks like afterwards too. Like what it should look like around the sides. All right, so this is our pot pie. Oops, that was a bad shot. Hold on, I didn't realize that was stuck to the side. So this is the pot pie. Cut the dough all the way around. Dude, I would love to do that. 100% down. Okay, so now once it's covered, you gotta get a fork. And what we're gonna do is we're going to crimp all the edges together. And it's kind of like mowing a lawn, you know? You do like one strip and then you do the next one like right next to it. So you always want to use the last one with the next 4 prongs, if that makes sense, if you're following what I'm throwing down. There's a handle on this side, so it's a little more doughy. Sweet. And now, you know what I'm actually doing? I'm going to make a little bit of an egg wash. We're going to give this thing a little egg wash. So for an egg wash, all you really need is an egg. So you throw this egg in here. And then with the egg, we're just gonna do approximately like a tablespoon or 2 of water. You don't want it too thick, because you don't want it to be like goopy egg. You want enough so it's just going to add like a nice little shine to it. So we're just going to mix it up. Perfect. Get my basting brush. Basting brush, egg. This is all we're going to do. We're just going to make a nice thin coating on here. Look at that. Looks nice. Put this egg wash on the side. I am going to vent it. That was exactly what I was going to do next. Once you coat it with the eggs, you're going to want to put just a couple of very, very, very like thin strips on the top here, just to vent it. Because sometimes when you make a pot pie, it'll just bubble up and you'll get like these air bubbles and stuff. So it's good to make just little holes like this. I do this every time I make a pie. Anytime I use a regular pie dough like this, if you're using like a graham cracker pie dough, like there's literally nothing that you could cut into. So there's no point in it. I'm gonna throw this in the oven now while we prep the mac and cheese, because this is gonna take a little while to cook. So those beans are still in here. They smell great. Pot pie is now in there. This is at a 350 degree oven, by the way. Hey, thank you for the bits. So next, what we're going to do is we are going to move on to macaroni and cheese. So, macaroni and cheese. We are going to use one of the best cheeses and one of the most shelf-stable things you can get. Velveeta. This does not have to be refrigerated. You can keep it on your shelf. In fact, a lot of people don't know this, but most cheeses, you don't really have to refrigerate. Cheese was actually an old form of preserving milk. And lots of hard cheeses you can keep as long as it's like vac sealed or like sealed really tight. You can leave it on your shelf for like 6 months. Like this cheese I've had in my closet for a while now. Still perfectly good. The only thing that'll happen sometimes is it'll sweat a little, but you just wipe that oil off. It's totally good. Look at this block of cheese. But yeah, for about 6 months or so, if you have like Parmesan, any hard cheeses, totally keep them on your shelf. If you think about it, most cheeses are like aged in a cave anyway. All they do is throw some wax over it. So we're just gonna cube this up. Everything in the oven right now smells so good. So what's your favorite kind of cheese? Like if we're not making closet mac and cheese, what kind of cheeses do you like in your mac and cheese? Do anyone have a favorite? You like sharp cheeses? You like a Swiss cheese? I'm a fan of any cheese in mac and cheese, to be perfectly honest. I'll throw anything that I have in my fridge in a mac and cheese, but I don't know what other people prefer. So there's our cheese. Super easy. We're going to take some of this. Ooh, Gruyere. That's a good one. Yeah, Gruyere is a really good cheese. So we're going to grate some of this Asiago into this too, because fuck it, right? It's the apocalypse. We gotta eat all the cheese, right? I had a mac and cheese once with the blue cheese, and it was okay. Like, there's certain cheeses that like might make it a little weird. Like, I didn't mind it, but it was a lot sharper than I would have liked. Yeah, that's what I do. Honestly, when I make mac and cheese, for the most part, I'll go to the store, I'll go to the deli department, and what they have in the deli department is they sell like the cheese end cubes that you can get that they're not gonna like cut on the slicer, and it's super cheap. You can get like a pound of just like random cheese cubes for like between $2 and $3, and that makes a great like 7 cheese, mac and cheese. Yeah, cream cheese is always good. I like cream cheese. Sometimes I'll do sour cream. Other good thing about this being in your closet is that like it's nice and soft. It hasn't been sitting in your fridge. You can grate it nice and easy. Oh man, this is like bringing back nightmares. I thought I cut my hand off that one time. All right. Oh, that's a lot. Whatever. That's about enough cheese. It's mac and cheese. We want this to be cheesy. So that's 1 pound of Velveeta and about 4 ounces of shredded Asiago. So this is going to be a 2-cheese mac and cheese. All right, this cutting board I think is officially done now. Sorry, everybody. Just got to move a couple things here quick. Yo, Pecorino Romano is great. I do a spinach and artichoke mac and cheese, a spicy spinach and artichoke mac and cheese, and I mix Pecorino Romano in with it. And sometimes I'll sprinkle a little on top, but I find that mixing it throughout is a little better. Oh no, my headset. There we go. All right, so let's do this. Mac and cheese is pretty easy. Oh. That's cookies. So for the mac and cheese, what we're going to do is we're actually going to parboil the mac. We're not going to fully boil it because it's going to cook in the sauce in the oven. So I'm using elbow macaronis. I feel like that's a classic mac and cheese noodle. I'm a big fan, though, of rotinis and ziti's and other ones like that. But it all depends like what you're putting in it. Like this, we're actually gonna. I forgot that it's gonna be like a casserole type thing. So there's going to be some corn in it and some tuna fish. And that might sound weird to people, but I think it's gonna be really good. That's what I used to eat all the time. Everyone loves. I love that show. Hey, Pecorino Romano, what you doing? I'm Ray. All right, let me wrap some stuff up here really fast while this is getting ready to boil. But I gotta say, like once you start making mac and cheese from scratch, like you don't want to make it any other way. It's not that hard. Super good. Where'd I put that cheese? Sorry, I have too many things on my counter here. There it is. Save this block of cheese. Maybe I'll save this for the soup and make tomorrow with all the leftovers. So I just have these generic box of just elbows. The worst cheese for mac and cheese? I don't know. I think like there's lots of weird flavored cheeses that would probably be pretty bad. But I can't think of like. Hold on a second. Why is this like bugging out? I can't think of a. I guess like any kind of stinky cheese like might be weird in mac and cheese. And like a real stinky cheese. Like there was a time at the ice cream shop for like 2 years we were making cheese flavored ice creams, and they were like half savory, half not savory. And we always had this like huge vat of just cheese that was like some stinky cheeses, and you'd open up to smell it, and like no joke, like one time I almost passed out from the smell of it. It was so potent. I've never smelled anything that potent. I was like, oh my god, it's just like corpses. It's like that old Family Guy joke. What's that smell? It's either bad meat or good cheese, you know? All right, so once this gets up to a boil, throw the pasta in for about 5 minutes. Then I have my shelf-stable milk, which we're going to use for this mac and cheese. Actually, I'll start measuring that out now while we're waiting. My measuring cup is over here, I believe. Oh, no. That's right. Now you can use, for this, like you could really use any kind of milk you want for your mac and cheese. I find whole milk or anything with a little more fat tends to be better than skim milk, just because it melts the cheese a lot better. We're going to do about 2.5 cups of milk. Fat is life, exactly, yo. 100% fat is life. Okay, and then to this, I like to add my spices into the milk, so that way when I'm cooking, it's just right there. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of mustard powder. Going to add about, we're going to give this a little kick, about a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Yo, fat and salt all day. All day. I could eat fat and salt all day. And then I'll be dead by tomorrow, but it'll be a good day. We're going to add a little bit. Where's that? Oh, the garlic is over here. That's right. The garlic is going to go in here too. The garlic you could saute or not, depending how you want to do it. I want a little more bite from it, so I'm going to put it in raw and let it cook with the ingredients. I'm going to add Not a lot, just about half a teaspoon or so of Mexican chili powder. Gonna add about a teaspoon of salt. With dry mustard? It depends what you want to use it in. I use it a lot in like mac and cheese, in sauces. I'll use it with meats, like curries and stuff like that. I don't really use nutritional yeast with anything. I tried, me and my other buddy, Matt, we were doing a bunch of takedowns, and we were doing a vegan takedown, and we tried using nutritional yeast with like toasted nuts and stuff to make like a fake Parmesan, and it didn't really come out that well. Like it had like a nutty taste, it had like the saltiness, but it didn't taste like cheese. But that was like the most I've used nutritional yeast for. A lot of the pizza places here have it, and I think it's for the vegans so that they can get their daily yeast. I don't know. A little bit of black pepper. And this is going to be a pretty basic mac and cheese, like nothing super crazy here. This is just stuff that I have at house. Just going to use it. This is almost boiling. Spilled half that beer on my face. All right, maybe. Have you ever used nutritional yeast? Like, what's it good for? I know people who use it like on pizzas, like I said, for like a topping, but I think it's just because it's kind of salty. But I don't know. See, and that's all it is. That's all you gotta do. It's just, it's those little things. Like, I finished the pack of salad I had in the fridge the other day. I thought I was never gonna finish. I was like, you know what, I did it. I did it, and I rewarded myself with 3 hours of video games. It was great. Yeah, it has like that salty, like kind of funky taste to it. But we're allowed to play video games now. Oh yeah, and popcorn. Alright, so let's see. Let's make sure, because this is like some special pasta, so I just want to make sure it doesn't have any different cooking instructions. No, I think this is fine. Ooh! 3 containers. Oh, it's not that special. It's just regular Pronto. Well, I would save all that pickle juice. Make pickle ice cubes, marinate things, like make some pickle mayonnaise, use it instead of vinegar. It's great. Hurry up, water boil. Watching water boil is like watching water boil. Yo, pickle soup, yes. One of the best things you could do. Steve, if you never had pickle soup, make pickle soup. It's great. It's one of my favorite things to get at the Polish restaurants here. You get pickle soup, they have sauerkraut soup. Man, it's so good. And I think all you'd have to do, really, is just add some of the pickle juice to the broth, for the most part. Like, I don't think you have to do anything really too crazy. Me and my other buddy, Matt, who's not in this chat right now, we did a Cuban sandwich soup for one of the takedowns, and it had ham and Swiss cheese and pickles and mustard croutons, and it was really good. But we used maybe like 2 jars of pickle juice. Huzzah! Welcome, Taco. We are on mac and cheese right now. The pot pie is in the oven. The beans are in the oven. And we're getting ready to finish this off. Oh man, it smells so good in that oven. Yeah, do it up. It's great because you can marinate them in the pickle juice and then cut them and make like chicken tenders. You can make chicken nuggets. You don't have to do huzzah! You don't have to just do like chicken sandwiches with it. Like marinating, it's very versatile after that. All right, it's starting to boil. Set this timer for 5 minutes. As I said, we just want to parboil this. I hope this is enough for the tray that I have. Yeah, I think it will be. Because there's going to be the cheese in it. I'm going to have these on. Yeah, this should be good. Yeah, parboil is a partial boil. So I'm not going to cook it the full way that I would cook it and then like eat it. I'm going to cook it so it's halfway done. And then when we mix it with the cheese and the cheese sauce, and when it goes in the oven, it'll finish cooking in that. Because if you fully cook the pasta before you put it into your mac and cheese, it's just going to break down, and you're not going to get like a nice texture that you're going to want to your mac and cheese. It's going to be just like a mushy cheese. It's not going to be bad, but I personally prefer like a little bit of bite to my noodles. I mean, you could probably save that pickle juice and make salad dressings with it. No problem. Use instead of vinegar. I might have to add a little more pasta to this. Hold on. BRB. I have to get another box of pasta. If I have extra, then I'll save it for my soup tomorrow. Let's see what we got here. What do I got? Penny, rigatoni. Oh, you know what? I have these already cooked noodles. I'll just supplement what I need with pre-cooked noodles. Perfect. So I've gotten these before too. Like already ready pasta. You can just microwave them really quick, and if you need some pasta, it's nice. I've liked it. There's been nights where I've come home and I don't want to cook, and I can throw one of these bags of pasta in the microwave for 60 seconds, heat up some sauce, and within like 5 minutes, I got some pasta sauce. You know, just some easy food. I'm actually going to have to do like 4 minutes on this. All right, perfect. So once this is all done, we're going to drain it. And then I'm going to move over here. We're going to make another roux because we're going to make the cheese sauce next. So what do you guys like on your mac and cheese? Are you just traditionalists, like just mac and cheese, how it is, like how Kraft Mac, or do you like crunchy stuff on top? I have a bag of stovetop that I was going to mix up with some butter and some herbs and sprinkle that on top to get like a nice crunchy topping to it. So that's another thing I have in my closet, or I could just use some buttery panko. Let me wrap up the rest of these dough ends I have. I have like a conglomeration of dough ends here. Yeah, the stovetop, yeah. Traditional breadcrumbs I like. I like a crunch with almost everything I eat. Oh, that sounds good too.